Hey guys, welcome to a super exciting Dazzled or Disappointed. Today I have for you something that kind of like the internet. YouTube has been flooded with these videos, so I'm kind of, I don't know. Whenever there's a ton of videos on a product, I'm like, do I really even need to put up a review? There's like 1,000,001 out there. But I have for you a review of 4 out of the 5 Gemstone Obsessions palettes by Huda. You know, if you are a regular on my channel, you know that Huda is one of my very favorite brands. That and Fenty, I think they can do no wrong, and I just so look forward to all their releases. So I want to share with you whether these made the cut for me, whether I think these are on par with the other Obsessions palettes she released. I am wearing one of them on my eyes today. I will zoom you in, show you swatches, all of that good stuff. So if you're interested to see if any of these will work for you, then just keep on watching. Okay, so let me give you a few small details. Each one of these contains 9 pounds of product at 0.05 ounces or 1.3 grams. When these first came out, her first set of Obsessions palettes, people were saying, oh, they're so tiny, it's so small, it's like a mini palette. But in essence, you get 9 full pounds of product on the inside. What's small is the packaging. And actually, I have found it to be really, really neat because these are actually what I like to travel with. So I did pick up 4. The one that did not speak to me was the blue, and I think it's just because there have been so many blue shades coming out in palettes recently that I was like, okay, I'm over the blue. I picked up the ruby, amethyst, emerald, and topaz. Now, I've told y'all in the past that purples and greens, if you have green eyes, hazel eyes, so in fact, all 3 of these, red, purple, and green will make your eye color just pop. 9 pans of product in each one. They are $27 each, which I think is a really decent price point. Again, you're getting a 9-pan full-size eyeshadow range in there for 27 bucks. For reference also, as it turns out, the Gemstone series are limited edition, so if you're kind of waiting, I don't think they'll sell out right away. I think you can probably wait till the sale and be fine. But just know that these are not part of the permanent lineup, so I don't know. Anyways, let me start with the first palette. Let's go into swatches. I'm not going to do a video for each of these. I'm going to throw them all in here at one time, and that way we can knock them out because I have the same thought, either Dazzled or Disappointed, for the whole batch than I do for one or the other. So let me just go ahead and grab you swatches, and I'll be right back. I actually will go, I just realized when I opened it up, I didn't even show you the inside. I don't know. So let me just go one at a time so that I can show you the inside before I take you into swatches. So obviously you know what these look like. It's the little square, it's got the mirror. Here is what ruby looks like right here. And let me be right back with swatches. So these really don't have names. I don't think any of her Obsessions palettes have names, but these are the first 4. The metallic foiled shades in each one of these palettes looks like liquid metal. Just stunning. Here's the first 4. Here's the other 5, to include my thumb. It's always awkward when there's that one leftover shade. I'm like, do I do it on its own or on my thumb? Oops. Well, I'm going to leave that one like that because that one does swatch kind of not amazing. And that one right there. But these right here, the metallic shades, super rich in pigment. Like I mentioned, looks like liquid metal. Let's move on to the purple. And then for reference, the front of each one of these has like a little gemstone, and of course the color scheme on the outside is the color pattern for the inside. So here is what we've got going on for the purples. Here you go right there is the first 4. Those look like. The mattes really do not swatch well. And this is one swipe swatch. In fact, this one I did 2 swipes just to kind of help show you what color it is, but just so that you know, they don't swatch well. But I always say that that can't determine if it's a good shadow or not until you actually start applying it on the eye with either your finger or a brush. So we'll come back to that in a little bit. Here we go with the next 5. Is that not stunning? Ridiculous. This one right here at the top is like a duochrome. It's like a pink purple shift. It is beautiful, and it's my hope that it comes across on camera like that, but I'm not sure that it will. For the green, this is the one I am wearing today, and this is what it looks like on the inside. So let's go into swatches. So for the first 4, this has to be one of the most unique and stunning eyeshadow shades I have ever come across. And again, these are one swipe swatches for pigmentation purposes. And here we've got the other 5. This one is very reminiscent for me of the Natasha Denona Safari palette. And again, the matte, very patchy, but that is kind of it's kind of the same among all 4 palettes on how those mattes swatch. Lastly, we've got Topaz, and that's what this one looks like. Here are the first 4 for Topaz. That is the remaining 5. Well, this last one was operator error up at the top. My little bone, my little knuckle bone caused a little bump in the road there. Now that we have gone through all of those swatches, that was what seemed to be a lot. So now that we've gone through those, I want to show you what I'm wearing on my eyes today, or tell you what I'm wearing on my eyes so that you have an idea. So in my crease, I have this mint matte shade, basically all over the crease. I did a kind of a winged shadow today, and I used this kind of dirty olive color right here. The one I said was very reminiscent of the Safari palette, so I did that on my outer, and then on the middle portion of the lid, I went in with this green right here on the corner. Inner portion of the lid, this one right here, stunning, but it has a lot of sparkle, but it looks like diamonds on my eyes. It looks really, really nice. On the lower lash line, I am wearing this rich green right here, and then on the inner corner, I'm wearing this gold green here. So I hope you're ready, because I'm going to zoom you in. We're going to get up close and personal so that we can go over that one more time. On the crease, or in the crease, I've got that mint shade. I've got that dirty olive shade right here. I've got the third one all the way to the right on the top row right here, and then the very first shade right here, which I consider to be the standout shade of this palette, right here, inner corner, is that green gold on the, it's actually the very last shadow all the way to the right of the palette, on bottom third row. Right here, that rich matte green, which is the third shadow on the second row, and that's what we've got going on. I have no brow bone highlight today. I literally just used this palette and nothing else. So that being said, let's zoom you on out so that I can give you what you've been waiting to hear from me, and that is my thoughts. So first off, I always have to, I think I've said this about Fenty, I have to go in with an open mind that, okay, this could really be bad. I mean, I go in with such high expectations when it comes to things or brands like Huda, Fenty, because they never let me down. So I anticipate their releases so much because they're always so on point, so beautiful, so pigmented, so sparkly, so shiny, you know, this, that, the other. So they always meet, Huda always meets every one of my needs, my wants, like, you know, everything that I love about makeup, Huda tends to release. And so I went in with super high expectations for these. I'm also going to tell you that they're made in Canada, not Canada, in China, which is consistent with all the other Obsessions palettes. I've never had an Obsessions, I've never had an issue with any of the other Obsessions palettes. So that being said, the mattes that I told you swatch very patchy, they swatch patchy, but this is where I say you just really can't judge a book by its cover. You can't judge an eyeshadow by its swatch, because I find that to not be the case when you start applying them on the lid with a brush. The mattes are the ones that are patchy, so I would never apply a matte with a finger. I'm always going to apply it with a brush, and with a brush they apply just fine. This mint one one, I actually anticipated it to not go on very, like, not deep, but to show up, just because these kinds of mattes, these pastel type shades, usually don't, like, you have to build it up a lot. And I actually only built it up twice and had the desired look that I wanted and needed. So I have not found in any one of these palettes for the mattes to perform poorly, but I also, for previous Obsessions palettes, have not had that either. They've swatched patchy, but I haven't had the issue of them performing badly. So the mattes were totally fine for me. The metallics, or yeah, foiled is more like it, are out of this world. They're like, I don't even know that I own a palette with this much metallic. Even her Desert Dusk and even her Rose Gold remastered, I think that these are even more metallic and foiled than those, if that's even possible, if that's even imaginable. These are the most foiled shades I own in my whole collection. In every single palette, the foiled shades are ridiculous. And like I said, shades like this, I mean, it's almost like, so it does have some sparkle, like some little glitters, but I find that it's built into the formula. It's not that kind of glitter that just falls out, that, you know, it's kind of like a matte shade, but it's got glitter and then it just falls down. No, I didn't even have to use glitter glue. I did not use it wet, and I didn't use it with glitter glue. Now, I will tell you that these types of shades in every palette, they are a little bit piecier. Not in a bad way. They're very, very creamy, but the sparkle is a little piecier. So I have found that if I go in with a brush after a couple of applications, it's looking beautiful. However, you're going to use more product that way, because I then went in with a finger, my pinky, especially since it was right in here, and wowzers, it just went on so intensely, so beautifully, opaque, sparkly in like one swipe. So absolutely, if you can, if you don't mind, then use your fingers with these types of shades, and that way you waste less product and it breaks up less. With a brush, it kind of tends to break up a little bit in the pan, and you want to keep that nice and intact. These are the types of shades, because they're so creamy and so soft, they're the types of shades that will break in shipment. I am so excited because Sephora packed my boxes beautifully, the way they used to. It came all snug with all that butcher paper tight in there. I'm like, Sephora, I love you for going back to this. I hope they're going back to that. But anyways, all 4 of mine came intact, and I really was anticipating receiving at least one of them broken. It was not the case. So as long as you know how to use these the right way to get the optimal look, you will, oh my goodness. So I think it's no secret that I'm dazzled by these. I expect it to be, and it met every one of my expectations, and I am just dazzled. I am glad, because it's such a disappointment when you're waiting for something so anxiously, and then it's a disappointment and your heart's just like, why? These are stunning. Now, the only downside I will say is that you may want to end up supplementing a different palette. So I, for the purpose of today's video, used this palette in its entirety. However, I have noticed that with the other palettes, and also with this one, I like to kind of supplement here and there. I want like a deeper shade from a different matte palette, or, you know, I just want different things than just the one color scheme that's in that palette. And that's what I love about these, is because the purple has all kinds of different shades of purple. The ruby has all different kinds of shades of red, pink, red, that kind of thing. So you can mix that. Let's just say the ruby with her last coral obsessions, because that would look stunning. So you can, you know, supplement. You may have to supplement. So if you're not into having to use a couple of different palettes, then these may not be for you. Lastly, I have told you these are perfection for travel, because they take up the most minimal amount of space, yet you have got so many shades in here. You can create a whole lot of looks, and if you even just did one metallic standout shade for each day of your travel, you still have quite a bit there to work with there. So I just love these. They're perfect for travel. The price is right at $27, and the quality is amazing. To me, the fact that they're made in China does not in any way, shape, or form change the quality of these. They still perform beautifully, and I am beyond dazzled about these palettes. Okay, my friends, before I let you go, I need to give you the verse of the day. Today's comes from 1 Thessalonians 5:18, and it says, "Give thanks in all circumstances, for this is God's will for you in Christ Jesus." It always helps your spirit to be thankful rather than complain and just kind of be, you know, complaining all the time. I mean, hey, I would be lying to you if I told you I don't do that from time to time. I can become that ever so constant complainer that then it's like, ugh, what is wrong with me? I need to pick myself back up, be thankful for what I have. So I just want to extend that encouragement to you all as well. Guys, I hope you found this video helpful. I know that was a lot to cover in a somewhat short amount of time. If you know me well, you knew I was probably already dazzled by these, and yes, I absolutely was. So I hope you found this helpful, especially if you're kind of on that hunt for the ever so perfect holiday makeup. I think these are a perfect option for you. Well, my friends, that brings us to the end of another video, another Dazzled or Disappointed, because that's all I've been bringing you lately. I know some of y'all are looking for my Shop My Stash series. I will bring that back next week. It's just been kind of a lot of back-to-back reviews, but I will bring that back for you guys next week because I need to get myself back to being organized, because in the mornings I'm back, because I haven't been doing Shop My Stash, I'm back to rummaging for the things I want to use for the day. So I'm ready to getting back to organizing for the whole week. So that's coming right back at you. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you'll consider subscribing. If you're new to my channel, no pressure, but I really would love to have you as part of this YouTube family. I will see you guys very, very soon. It seems more often than usual, so maybe sooner than we all think. All right, guys. Talk to you later. Bye.